Hey, good morning everyone, it's Dave and we're back with our next reading of the Old Testament. I'm going to talk kind of fast just because of the time frame that I'm with today and the amount of verses that we're going to read, alright? So, Old Testament, Leviticus chapter 23. Remember, if you don't have a Bible, you can go to Bible.com and read for free. You can also download the YouVersion app and read for free as well there. It's a really cool app. We'll be reading out of the New King James Version today. Alright, we're going to talk about the Feast of the Lord, the Sabbath, the Passover and unleavened bread, Feast of the First Fruits, Feast of Weeks, Feast of Trumpets, Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, for a total of 44 verses today. Alright? And we're almost done with the book of Leviticus. So, without further ado, let's get rolling. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, The feast of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, these are my feast. The Sabbath, 6 days shall be worked, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of solemn rest and holy convocation. You shall do no work on it. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Lord, holy convocations, which you shall proclaim at their appointed times. On the 14th day of the first month at twilight is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread to the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall have a holy convocation, and you shall do no customary work on it, but you shall offer an offering made by fire to the Lord for 7 days. The seventh day shall be a holy convocation, and you shall do no customary work on it. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When you come into the land which I give you, and reap its harvest, then you shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest to the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted on your behalf. On the day after the Sabbath the priest shall wave it. And you shall offer on that day, when you wave the sheaf, a male lamb of the first year without blemish, as a burnt offering to the Lord. Its grain offering shall be 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, an offering made by the fire to the Lord for a sweet aroma. And its drinking shall be of wine, 1/4 of a hin. That's H-I-N. You shall eat neither bread, nor parched grain, nor fresh grain until the same day that you have brought an offering to your God, and it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And you shall count for yourselves from the day of the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be completed. Count 50 days to the day after the Sabbath, and then you shall offer a new grain offering to the Lord. You shall bring from your dwellings 2 wave loaves of 2/10 of an ephah. They shall be of fine flour, they shall be baked with leaven. They are a first fruit to the Lord. And you shall offer with the bread 7 lambs of the first year without blemish, 1 young bull and 2 rams. They shall be as a burnt offering to the Lord with their grain offerings, and the drink offering, an offering made by fire for a sweet aroma to the Lord. Then you shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, and 2 male lambs of the first year as a sacrifice of peace offering. The priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits as a wave offering before the Lord with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And you shall proclaim on that same day that it is a holy convocation to you. You shall do no customary work on it. It shall be a statute forever in your dwellings throughout your generations. When you reap the harvest of the land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field. When you reap, nor shall you gather any gleaning from your harvest. You shall leave them for the poor and for the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have a Sabbath rest, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall do no customary work on it, and you shall offer an offering made by fire to the Lord. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Also the 10th day of this 7th month shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation for you. You shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire to the Lord. And you shall do no work on the same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before the Lord your God. For any person who is not afflicted in soul on that same day shall be cut off from his people. And any person who does any work on the same day, that person I will destroy from among his people. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be to you a Sabbath of solemn rest, and you shall afflict your souls. On the 9th day of the month, at evening, from evening to evening, you shall celebrate your Sabbath. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of this 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days to the Lord. On the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and you shall do no customary work on it. For 7 days you shall offer it an offering made by fire to the Lord. On the 8th day you shall have a holy convocation, and you shall offer an offering made by fire to the Lord. It is a sacred assembly, and you shall do no customary work on it. These are the feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire to the Lord, a burnt offering and a grain offering, and a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything on its day. Besides the Sabbaths of the Lord, besides your gifts, besides all your vows, and besides all your free will offerings you will give to the Lord. And also on the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the fruit of the land, you shall keep the feast of the Lord for 7 days. On the first day there shall be a Sabbath rest, and on the 8th day a Sabbath rest. And you shall take for yourselves on the first day of the fruit of beautiful trees, branches of the palm trees, and boughs of leafy trees, and willows of the brook, and you shall rejoice before the Lord your God for 7 days. You shall keep it as a feast of the Lord for 7 days in the year. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths for 7 days. All who are native Israelites shall dwell in booths, that your generation may know that I made the children of Israel dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. So Moses declared to the children of Israel the feasts of the Lord. All right, that concludes chapter 23 of the book of Leviticus. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we only have 27 chapters in here. Yeah, only 27 chapters, so we are almost done. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, make sure that you do something that glorifies God. Make sure you spend some time in prayer. If you see someone hurting, reach a hand out and help them up. All right, thanks so much for everything you guys have done for my channel. I greatly appreciate it. We're just over like 1,137 subscribers, I believe. Thank you for your comments. Just so everyone knows, I am not a Bible scholar. All right, so I don't speak Hebrew, I don't speak Greek. I don't read it, speak it, but I do my best to interpret the Bible and live my life according to His will. All right, but I do welcome your comments, and I actually do some a little bit of research before I answer you. That way, I try and not just give you fluff. All right, but anyways, thanks so much. I appreciate everything y'all do for the channel and for me as a person and an individual. All right, thanks so much. God bless.
When life keeps falling and wonder where He is in all this mess, He's right there to guide you, unseen, you're not